Oregon Ducks, the House of Loud, Autzen Stadium in Eugene. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on the 6th-ranked team in the land, the Oregon Ducks. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. The Ducks will kick it away to start us off. Looks as if the returner will try and field this one. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Back to pass, it's Russell. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
And you can tell this offense wanted to create a little bit of space being backed up, but how about the D? Coming out firing on all cylinders, getting the sack on the very first play.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Starting to feel a little pressure. And this defense is bringing the heat. Another sack.
Yeah, you talk about starting a game in style. You dream about getting to the quarterback and getting sacks. How about this? Back-to-back sacks for that young man on 2 plays. That is a dream start.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to push it downfield. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. They are backing up their pregame words. Their first drive of the game, 4th down in their own end, and they're going for it. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. And the incomplete pass turns it over in their own end.
That's a great job there by the defense here early in this game, getting a huge stop, and they've got an opportunity to make the opponent pay. Offense taking over now in great field possession. Let's see what they can do here from a play calling standpoint to try to put some points on the board.
This offense has it with really good field position. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
I know the offense came into this game expecting to have some success throwing the football, and right after getting a takeaway right outside of the red zone, they try to do just that. The one-on-one matchups are going to be there in this game. That time, though, the defense did a better job making a play, forcing the incompletion.
Moore to the air. Shoots it to the left. Snags it. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Ducks! Well, just as you would expect, that didn't take very long.
It didn't, Reese, and you've got to make great field position count. When you've got opportunities, you got to pay it off. And the offense took advantage, scoring a touchdown. Didn't have far to go, but they got the points they needed.
And the extra point is good. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. looking downfield on first down. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
You know, I like the decision by the quarterback in terms of where he was going with the ball. Just don't like the accuracy. That was not good location on the throw. Got away from him a little bit, and the defense able to come up with a big pick.
The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. He's got it. To the 10. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a 1st and goal. New center downs right on the doorstep for this offense. Moore will throw. Here's a heat. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
Quarterback just has to be more aware of the situation. 1st down, goal-to-go situation. You cannot take a sack. So the QB, if no one's open, you got to make sure you're throwing that ball out of the end zone and helping your offense out.
That last sack got them behind the sticks. It's 2nd and long here. Looking to fire. He wants it all. It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there.
Man, they could have flipped that field in a hurry, right? They've given up some yards. They're sitting in their own red zone. A chance to make a big play. Yeah, he could have made that interception and could have flipped this field.
It's 3rd and goal and a long way from the end zone. He's looking downfield to throw. Trying to barrel in. And they'll get him down inside the 5, but this offense powering for to score.
That's a nice completion. I know you don't get the 1st down. You're obviously set up in field goal range here down in the red zone, but because you've got 4th and short now, you may decide to go for this if you're on offense.
Fires to the end zone. Oh, he makes the play. It's intercepted. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
Well, coming into this game, this offense knew that points were going to be at a premium. If you can't score touchdowns down here in the red zone, you at least got to come away with field goals, but you can't do that if you're throwing interceptions. That's just poor execution by the offense.
Decent field position to start this drive from their own 33. Scanning the field, it's Russell. Flips it out to the back. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the 2nd quarter. Wants to go up top. Oh, they're after him. And the rush will get to him at the 25.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the 1st half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight.
Blasted as he lets it go.
They've already got a bunch of sacks on them today and another quarterback pressure. This offense has to try to find a way to get the ball out a little bit quicker, to protect the quarterback a little bit more. Whether it's screens, whether it's draws, whether it's rolling your quarterback, something has to change for this offense to protect the quarterback.
They've got him for the sack, and that'll be a turnover on downs.
Aggressive. You want to be aggressive. You want to take chances, and you tell your team about it all week, and you come out, you get an opportunity in the first half to go for it on fourth down. You shot your shot. The problem is now you put your defense in a bad situation early in this game where you're going to have to try to find a way to get a stop and create some momentum.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Moore to the air. Fires into the end zone. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
I'll tell you something. In college football, you're lucky if you get 2 interceptions in a season. This guy now has 2 interceptions. In the first half of this game, he's been reading the quarterback's eyes, and he has been everywhere, an absolute baller.
Sets up the screen. And that one looks great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time.
And on those screen passes, I want those defensive linemen to run right up the field, and I want to throw it right over their head where I got some space and I can get my running back going. That is the opposite of what happened right there. There was no space. He couldn't even get going.
The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Unloads to the wideout. Wide open downfield. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down. Alabama may always be built on the run, but these days they elevate with a high-flying pass game.
And great coaches evolve, and we've seen the evolution of this Alabama offense over the last several years, and it's not just run, it's not just eat clock, it is be aggressive, attack, make big plays down the field.
They'll snap this one from the 30 on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Moving away from pressure. He's going to run it. A most efficient pickup of 6 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 4. No huddle here for the offense. To the air, it's Russell. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
Man, the defense smells blood in the water. You can tell. They're getting to this quarterback over and over and over. They've already sacked him a couple times. They're just winning up front. They almost got another sack on that last play.
They'll snap it from the gun on 3rd down. Fires to the wideout. He's got an open man. He'll go out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 31, and a big pickup on that one. Well, they've done nothing on offense so far, but if they can put some points on the board before halftime, it could really change things.
No doubt. Go into the locker room with some good juices, some good vibes, and momentum can switch a game in a heartbeat. But this offense hasn't had much to cheer about yet. That play gives them one play. Now let's go build on it and make something happen before the half.
Back to pass. Under fire. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The defensive back staying in phase and batting it away.
And that's just a huge missed opportunity on offense. QB missed his guy wide open in the end zone. You might not get another clean look like that in the rest of this game.
They'll try to pick up the first through the air. It's complete. He found his man and zipped it in there, and they've got a 1st down in the red zone at the 11. They'll rush to the line. Clock stopped for the 1st down. They'll set the chains and wind the clock. He makes a grab. They will score. Touchdown tie.
Man, that is picture-perfect execution by this offense. That is how you close a half. Chewing up some time, getting in the end zone, a chance to tie this up and feel really good about yourself going into halftime.
Looking for the tie with the extra point. And they did tack on the extra point. They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Moore will throw. Pulls it in. It's Casper. Still on his feet at the 45. They finally get him on the ground, and this junior turning in a big play after the catch.
Who needs a 2-minute offense? When you're this explosive, this offense creates the big play, completely flips the field position right away, now in a position to go ahead and score points before the half.
This offense lining up now at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. He's going to take off. And he gets out of there and gets some yardage and gets down without taking any punishment.
Well, I think you're starting to see some examples of why this guy is inexperienced in a freshman quarterback, right? Obviously, he's thrown a couple picks earlier in the game. That scramble right there, he's got to get down. He's got to take care of himself and slide. Great job, nice athleticism, good decision to take off scrambling and help his offense, but you really are seeing his inexperience shine through here in this game.
Finds space on the right. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
Well, there's an example of how this tight end can be a big weapon in the passing game. That time on the corner route does a nice job separating from the defender and hauling in the catch.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Going for 6. And that one's way too far for everybody.
And that is a huge missed opportunity for the quarterback. You've got your guy wide open in the end zone. You're not under pressure. You just got to hit him. That ball got away. That's one he'd like to have back.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Wants to throw. They'll have to be efficient against the clock. Got his man. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's 1st and goal from the 7. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. One more snap coming before halftime. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon. Quick strike through the air for the score.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's Williams. They make the stop on the return, and that is priority 1. You don't want some big return to give up a cheap touchdown on the final play of the half. Alabama ready to put a boot to it to start the 2nd half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. First snap of the drive from the 25. Moore to the air. Pressure coming. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
And that's a really good job by this defense. A complete defensive effort. When the back end makes the quarterback hold the football a little longer than he wants to, and then the pass rush gets home, hits him, and forces the incompletion.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Motion from the back. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
This is going to be a key that we look at this entire game. How can this defense find ways to affect this quarterback and get pressure on him? Because they felt coming into the game, if they could do that, they could affect him and influence this passing game.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
For this defense, man, to get back into the game, we talked about it at half. They got to pressure the quarterback. They got to force some sacks, and they do it. On this first drive, they get to him. They get him on the ground. Nice job by this defense.
He was working his way on the return toward midfield. They'll stop him at the 46. First snap of this drive will come from the 46. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play a wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw him to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
The Crimson Tide can dig into that playbook here on 2nd and short. Wants to throw. It's Russell. Bought a little time, lets it go. And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it.
Well, you can see the frustration on this guy's face. He's one of the best receivers in college football, and they knew coming into this game that he had to get touches, but you can't say enough about how good this defense has been defending him. They've always had an answer, whether it's single coverage, double coverage, man or zone. They have not let him go off, and that's a big reason why they're winning this game.
Oh, he's got some space. The freshman called his own number and kept this drive moving.
You got to be impressed with the quarterback on that last play because he's already been sacked a ton of times in this game. He knows he does not have a lot of time to survey the field, get through his progression. So as soon as he feels a lane to take off and run, he's going to take it. And a really nice job that time, showing off the athleticism and picking up the first down.
The Crimson Tide comes to the line with the 1st and 10. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Really good job by the defense, seeing it and going and getting it. Nice job understanding the touch pass. It can happen. Those guys go in motion, man. I got to understand, safety's got to see that and start flying down, getting ready to play that. Nice job by the defense being ready for that play.
The give is to Miller. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down.
You just sense the frustration starting to build, not only on offense, but I think with this running back as well. He is so talented. He's had some massive games throughout his career. Just haven't been able to get him going early in this game. That was a pretty good run there. Let's see if he can turn it on here in the second half.
He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity.
Yeah, and listen, offensively, you run the RPOs. You just want positive yards, make the right read the guy. If he wants to drop back a little bit, hand it off, get some positive yards, go on to the next play.
Looking to throw, it's Russell. Bringing the heat. And the heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Catch in the middle, it's Williams. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this 3rd period. 1 quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic fourth quarter finish. They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. Quarterback sneaking his way, tunneling and burrowing into the line. Sneak gets it done.
And that's what makes this quarterback so dangerous, fellas. He can hurt you throwing the ball, but man, is he ever dangerous and explosive with his feet. You have got to be able to get this guy on the ground. If you don't, he has got way too much wiggle and speed. You saw it right there.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Whittington. Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. They'd love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Quickly out to the tight end. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few.
Hey, that's a great job executing the drag route. You just bring the big fella across the formation, wait for him to come open. The quarterback does a good job seeing him, finds him in the hole, hits him. Perfect job.
Moore will throw. Grab near the sticks. It's Casper. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
And when you run those drag routes, it just takes a little bit of know-how. And when I say that, the receiver's got to understand, find space. My quarterback's going to find me. He's looking for that space at the same time. Nice throw, nice catch. Way to get the first down.
Fires to the big fella. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
They'll put it in play from the 40 on 1st and 10. He wants to throw it again. Takes a hit as he fires.
And the D chooses to bring pressure. A lot of times, big moments when you get in these fourth quarters regardless, like pull the trigger, be aggressive, bring the pressure to them. They do. Hit the QB as he's throwing it and force the incompletion.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Gonna run it. It's Hughes. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
I think the run defense, a lot of times late in the game, you always wonder how well it'll hold up. Nice job on this play by this defense, getting in and getting the running back on the ground.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Finds his big tight end. The stop is made right at the 36-yard line. The defense coming up big on 3rd down.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
Tie game here late in the 4th. They want to control the ball, and they're not going to punt it away. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. The incomplete pass ends a... Frustrating series, and they turn it over on downs.
Nice job by the defense. Great pass defense, getting in the lanes, doing a really good job understanding they were going to throw the football on this fourth down. They played it well. Incomplete pass. Defense turns to offense.
They'll try to put a drive together starting from the 36. Back to throw, it's Russell. And he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here late in the fourth. Quick timeout by the defense here, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on second down. Looking to fire. Flushed out of the pocket. And it's intercepted. Oh, what a big play in a tie game. The return never really got started, but boy, he has set his team up at the 28. The pressure was rising, drama just encapsulating this entire stadium, and the defense comes up with that pick.
Yeah, so the quarterback, he's got to be able to handle this situation. Obviously, everything gets elevated. Everything has to happen a split second sooner. You feel the crowd noise. You can feel the energy, but you've got to keep your poise. And you just wonder in this juncture of the game if the quarterback's starting to lose his cool.
In football, you hear the term quick, but don't hurry. And you can tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. And I think he hurried it a little bit too much. Got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate with his pass.
So now it's second and long. After the incompletion, they go back up top. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. Moore to the air. And he dropped it. It looked for all the world like that would be a catch, and he just got too excited.
Well, the quarterback had the look he wanted. He had his big fella down here in the red zone. That's supposed to be an easy pitch and catch, but his buddy puts it on the floor.
Behind the chains now on second and long. They'll give it to the back. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown Ducks! And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the fourth.
Man, how about this offense in crunch time, doing what they do, getting 6 on the board. Now I turn to my defense right now and say, boys, we need one more stop. Go out there, get me one more.
They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. To the air on 1st down. Now improvising. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose.
Man, this is why you practice 5 points of pressure with the football. You cannot put the ball on the ground. Doesn't matter how many defenders are around you or how hard you get hit. You cannot turn the football over and expect to win games.
They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. Now the play fake. Rush is on him. Going to try to get it himself. They get him down after the scramble, but he's able to pick up a few and turn it into a positive play. The offense gets a quick timeout at this point. Every second is precious. Got to get everybody lined up quickly. Time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. Looking to throw, it's Russell. Under fire. And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. The defense making a play to put an exclamation point on this one, and